Good noon, newcomers and oldcomers alike. I'm going with Go Grind. Welcome to this video and welcome back to the channel. I mixed those words up, but we're gonna move on with it. So today's video, start things off real quick. We have some you can kind of like see in this corner right here, we have some Bakugan that we can open up. Now it's a few, so I want to get to it as quickly as I can. They're ranging from like big to small to wow to okay to whoa. So stick throughout the rest of the video and you'll see what I mean. But before we do get into the video, and before I even do my whole spiel, I just want to take time to thank all the people who have decided that this channel is a channel that they want to support and follow throughout the journey. I thank you to the 22 of you at this current moment that I'm recording, the 22 of you who decided to subscribe and stay long term, and whoever of the number of views you're watching this at. You could be the 900th viewer for all I know, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm grateful that you decided to stick with me through this, which leads me to ask another question. Who is here from the beginning? Like, I know I'm not too far ahead of the game, but who was there from the start? You know, that's a question that goes out there. But moving on from that, because otherwise I keep just going on about how grateful I am just to have all of you. I can say that, to have all of you be here to watch what I do. It's insane to think about, even at the scale that I'm operating at. It's crazy and a blessing. Like I said, I'm gonna stop it right there before I continue rambling. My 4, that's 5, but you know what? We're gonna keep it 5. We're gonna keep it at 5 decrees, my commandments, if you will. Commandments might be strong. Let's keep it at decrees. Number 1, like the video. Number 2, comment on the video. Comment if you were there at the beginning of this channel, of this journey that I live. Number 3, subscribe and hit the notification bell at the same time. Make sure you do it. That's like one entire action. If you don't do it in one action, that's okay, but try anyway. Number 4, now I'm gonna slip this new one in. Share this with whoever. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your boss. Why hog all the fun, you know? We're here to spread happiness, love, and just overall entertainment. I'm here for you at the end of the day. So please, be the one to throw this video at the doorstep of one of your friends or family members or co-workers. You get the gist. And finally, my 5th decree is to go check out the podcast. 2 episodes in already. At the time that this video should release, 2nd episode should be out. So please check it out. It's amazing so far. I'm saying it right now. It's amazing and it's going to be amazing. So please stick around. Now we're moving on to the Bakugan. So instead of showing them all off at the beginning, I'm just gonna rip and tear through them, smallest to biggest, because that's the order I have them in right now. And we're gonna start off strong with a Diamond Neo Trunks. Now, I was very lucky to find this. I found it in a Walmart. In my particular Walmart, I don't know if it's like for a lot of Walmarts, but my Walmart in particular, the one that I shop at frequently, they are behind, kind of, in a sense. Like, not a lot of people are buying the Evolutions version of the Bakugan, at least with the amount that they purchased from what I've seen. So they have like a large backstock of it. So this was part of what am I trying to say here? This was part of their excess, if you get what I mean, that they're trying to like get rid of. Still the same price. There was no sale or anything. It's just there's a lot of evolutions in Walmart and not the newer stuff. I say that as I'm pretty sure I got one of the newer stuff on this here from Walmart, but we're gonna ignore that and get right into opening it. As most of you may know, we like to start off with the cards first, and for those who didn't know that I did that, now you do. So here we have the gate card. It's very interesting because, hold on, yeah, you can see it like that. It's very interesting because it looks like this is a Falconeer from the original series, but it's not, because otherwise, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but it's not because it's new, if you get what I mean. Now, moving on to the ability cards, this is a very cool ability card. I'm not even gonna lie, that's metal, bro. Like, look at all this. There's so much going on here. I love it. But then, surprisingly, the diamond version does it better. Like, that first one was metal, this one is heavy metal. Very dumb joke, but you get what I mean. Now, moving on to the actual Bakugan itself, here is Neo Platinum Trunks. I forgot to add the diamond in there. This is a diamond. Ball form looks pretty decent. And outside of ball form, ooh, this design of Trunks, I don't hate it, but it definitely does look a little silly with like how far his head sticks up and everything. Overall, not a bad diamond, if I do say so myself. Resident diamond expert. I'm not. Don't refer to me as the diamond expert. Anyway, moving on. Something not as cool, but still cool. We got a fusion. This is Bangzor X Mantanoid. Now, as you could see from the little display here, this is going to be a long Bakugan. Or, well, yeah, I guess we could say it's long. But this is a fusion between Aquas and Aventus. Not the first time we've seen that. But, let's get started. And we begin with the cards again. Gate card, special little art. What it looks like a Falconeer. I'm telling you, bro, it looks like a Falconeer. I don't know who this guy is over here, but I swear to you, it looks like a Falconeer. Now, ability card, standard thing. You got the you got the both of them separate. You got the Mantanoid, you got the Bangzor. Very simple. You flip it around, boom, you got the combination. Now this is very interesting because this looks disgusting. Not disgusting in a way that is like hold on. Not disgusting in a way that like I don't actually like it. It's disgusting in the way of I enjoy the design because it looks like it would gross me out and freak me out. I like that. It's not a negative in this connotation. Now here's the ball form for it. Now very dark green being used here. Very dark green and a very dark blue. Just overall, they went really in with the color. Now I gotta be careful with this because I don't know which way it's gonna pop out. This way. Like I said, very long Bakugan. Really taking the snake element here. It's got its little pincers. Overall, I do like the design because it gets what it gets the idea down of the Bakugan, you know. Obviously, it's long, snake-like, and it has the little pincers for what the Mantanoid would use them for. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. It does what it needs to demonstrate what it is. Now, this one disappoints me, but I got it anyway. It is, again, the Trox X Cyrus Fusion, except this is an elemental rare. Now, you may be like, go Brian, what's the difference? What the heck's the difference? I'll show you in a second when I open them, and I'll compare the two. Off rip, we're going cards again. This time we have a Chaos Fenneca doing a little hiding, I guess. I don't really know. Nothing too crazy there. And we've seen already the ability card. It's them two separate, and then it's them two fused. If you haven't seen it, here you go. But I'm not going to dwell on it too much because there's nothing really different on the card. However, the ball, pretty noticeably different. I won't lie. First seeing this, I was like, what's different about it? But now I see, because notice how the wings are more detailed here on the ball. Still, you would be like, this is a Ventus Bakugan. There's no real defining factors on the ball itself that tells you, hey, this is a fusion between Aerolus and Ventus. But once you open it, it kind of becomes more apparent. Here we are. So, the only reason why I say it's kind of more apparent that it's a fusion between Aerolus and Ventus is because of this extremely light green like stuff going up on the tip of his head and his like arms and feet. Now, compare this to a normal one. You know, you can tell, at least this one, kind of something a little more special is going on here. And then this one, it's very hard to tell, in my opinion at the very least. Not my favorite fusion, like, at all. It could be better in so many ways. And by in so many ways, I mean mainly in the color scheming. That's my biggest gripe with it, is its color scheming doesn't feel like it matches what the actual creature is. Especially on the card, because the card art looks cool. I'll show it again. But the card art looks fantastic. Like, you see that, and then you see this, and you're like, it's underwhelming. It's not what I was promised. Now, moving on to something way cooler. This guy. This is I'm gonna butcher these names. Maxitor? That wasn't that hard. In Zentor. Tor. This is a diamond. I don't have the original version of this. Just like I don't have the original actually. The Trox one I might. But this I definitely don't have the original for. So we're just gonna get opening it straight away. Cards once more. You can't escape them. Because I can't. You suffer because I do. Now, again, I'm telling you, bro, it looks so much like a Falconeer. But it's not, and I have no idea what it is. I swear, I'm going to find it one day, and it's actually going to be called Falconeer, and I'm going to be upset. Now, here we have the Maxitor and Zentor, I think that's how you're supposed to say it. Separately, Ventus and Chaos, which I forgot to mention first. This is a Ventus and Chaos combination. And then you turn it around. Look at this. He looks like a Power Ranger, bro. Actually, a very cool character design. Very nice. Now, ooh. Okay. Now, the diamond one. You thought it couldn't get cooler? Look at him. Absolutely fantastical. I can't believe I just said fantastical. Weird grammar usage aside, or vocabulary, this is fantastic. One of the coolest arts I've seen. And the ball doesn't disappoint. Now, here, it just looks like it's a pretty nice diamond in ball form. I won't even lie. It has a lot going for it. Like, look at this. This looks like something definitely to gush over. But then once you open it up, look at him. It's such a simple yet cool design. It works so well because really the only things moving significantly is this upper part right here because it's standing up. Everything else just kind of unfolds a little bit. It's such a simple thing to do, but it makes it look so cool. Man, this is definitely a good diamond. A good diamond. Now, moving on from greatness, we got another Deca, and it's another fusion. It is a fusion between Dragonoid and Tritoris, which we've seen already. I've done him in a previous video, but now he's bigger. So let's get right to it, and I'll show you him in the plus size version. Okay, so I think they messed up the packaging. But before I show you the packaging mistake, let me show you this. Obviously, it's a fusion between Darkus and Pyrus. And here you go. Here he is on the Deca Bakugan, that's what these are called. Very nice, very nice. Now, to show you what I mean, I think they made a packaging mistake. I mean, they gave me a diamond ability card version of him. And the one I have isn't diamond. So, this is crazy. Look at the design. Very cool. I like that a lot. I'm glad I got it, but I don't think I was supposed to get it, if you know what I mean. Now, here he is in ball form. Very nice. I remember the first time talking about him, I mentioned the fact that his fists close up together right here. It's very, obviously with Decas, you can notice a lot of detail that wasn't so obvious beforehand. And that being the more emphasis on the hands just sealing it tight, along with just everything else kind of connecting in at this point here. Now, enough jibber jabbering. Let's open it up. Whoa! I forgot it did that. I forgot that he opens forward. So he just fell off and almost crashed into the ground. I caught him though. But here he is. Look at that bad boy. Absolute unit of a Bakugan. This guy might make it to the top shelf. Yeah, I'm pointing at the top shelf. He might make it to the top shelf. Though that did scare me quite a... He might have to figure out a way to be on the top shelf, because I realize now he's a very, very front heavy, like I just mentioned, and I mean a lot of front heavy. Even if you put a majority of the magnet and him on the card, he's still quite maneuverable, if you will. So I have to be ultra careful with that. Moving on though, moving on to other things that are also amazing. I'm pretty sure you probably saw it, but more diamonds. It's a 3-pack between a Tritoris Ultra, a Spartillion, and a Fenneca. All diamonds. That is crazy. I don't know about you guys, but just the idea of that is crazy. Let's get open. Let's get open. Let's get it open. On to the cards. Now, gate card, we have an Arcleon doing his Arcleon thing. Nothing too crazy going on there. Now, let's start off with Tritoris. His ability card, we've seen it before. Pretty nice. Not much to say about it there, other than like the Bakugan like toy version doesn't really match up too well with what he has going on in his character form. Now, the diamond version, this is cool. Look at it. Bro, he's going in for a swing and everything. He looks like an actual, like, monstrous gorilla here. Very, very cool. Now, we're going to move on to the Fenneca. It is chaos, so bear with the lighting. Very simple, very nice. But the diamond version, sometimes it amazes me how much you could do with a little bit of changing in texture Look how cool that looks. Absolutely gorgeous. It's such the simple things that make such a big difference. The Spartillion, very nice. We've seen kind of a similar art before on his other attribute, where he's doing this kind of same motion. But the diamond, I won't lie, the face of the diamond, not my favorite, but everything else looks stellar. Absolutely gorgeous. It's so good looking. Now, time for what I'm most excited for, opening them. Ooh. Now, reminder, Ultras are special case because they technically don't use the magnet to stand up. They use their own means. Here is Tritoris Ultra. I'm trying to... Now, from ball form, you wouldn't exactly be able to tell he's darkest other than this like little purple going on. Purple he has going on there. But if you open him up, where is it? There it is. If you open them up, still a little hard to tell, but there's a little more you're working with there. Hold on. There's a little more you're working with here, like on the jaw, and actually that's about it. Other than that, you can't really tell it's a darkest diamond. Not a bad diamond, not as good as the Minotaur Zenitor one, I will say, but it is pretty smooth. So it has that going for it. Let's open the Fenica one next. The Fenica, because it's Chaos, there's nothing really you can do to be like, hey, this is a Chaos diamond, other than putting some white on translucent. Which they did, but, what are you gonna do? There's not a lot of creative room there. Let's open her up. Now, that is nice. I will admit, I liked the simple design of Fenica. This diamond version, it is nice, but I do feel... No, actually, looking at it more, it's very nice, yeah. I was gonna say that I do feel it's kind of bland for a diamond, but then kind of, I think, just observing it a little more, especially in the lighting, it really kind of emphasized, yeah, if you get it looking the right way, it can look like a diamond. Now, Spartillion, this is cool. Despite him being an airless, this looks amazing. This reminds me of, I don't know if I'm speaking to the wind here, but if you were into Beyblades back in the day, there were these certain brand of Beyblades where they were wheels, and you just like rip them out and they roll forward. This kind of looks like it would be one of those, but a smaller version. So let's open it up. That is nice. Granted, nothing about this says airless. Absolutely nothing. But I don't necessarily care because of how cool this looks. Look at that. A fantastic diamond. I will say there's not a lot of translucent going on here, but it's still a good diamond either way. Now, time for the final act of this arc. You can see it right there. We got a big pack, and it's this guy. Ooh. Now, what we have going here is we have a Maxodon, airless Maxodon, a Darkest Hynix, Nova Hanoj Ventus, and a Darkest Ultranilius with Baku gear. Now that's going to be interesting, because I've never seen an Ultranilius, let alone his Baku gear. So, let's get started. Cards first. Now, here we have Nilius doing his breath thing. Nothing too interesting there. Dragonoid getting ready to punch you because you insulted his mother. Ability cards. We got Ventus Hanoj here. Very nice. I don't know how to feel about the Ventus coloring on him. Doesn't feel all that interesting to me. Here we have the Darkest Hynix. This one's very nice. It actually looks more, excuse me, eventful in the art than previous ones I've seen, at least. Here is the, oh, excuse me, Airless Maxodon. Very nice. He actually looks like a mammoth there, so that's pretty cool. Here we have Ultra Nilius, which honestly to me just looks like a Platinum Nilius, or like rather a Neo, I think is the one I'm talking about, a Neo Nilius. But here we have the Bakugear ability card, Scorching Swords. Yep, I said that right, Scorching Swords. Very interesting. And we shall get started on showing off the Bakugan. Now, just to show off the little Geogon first. Hynix. Very just square. Look at him. Very nice. I actually like this coloring for him. Bust his little arms out. Hold on. There we go. Very nice. I like this. It brings out a more of an actual werewolf type feeling, if you get what I mean. Airless Maxodon. As you can see, that terrible gold coloring they use on him. Or on Airless, rather, just in general. Maxodon, always appreciated the design. This coloring for him, not too flattering. It makes it look like a knockoff. Let's go to Hinoge. Here's the Ventus Hinoge. Obviously translucent because he needs to glow. That's why he's a Nova. We open him up. There we go. Also, this one, a lot easier of a time closing than the one I've opened originally. So that's very interesting. And now for the main event. And remember how I was talking about long Bakugan? Ultra Nilius is a long Bakugan, but right now, ball form, Darkest Bakugan, nothing too crazy. Now, what's crazy is, I don't know if you can see, these little nubs. I don't know if you can really, yeah, kind of right there. These nubs, that's one crazy thing about it, because how am I going to roll it with those nubs? It makes it an uneven ball. Second is just how long he is. Look at him. Now, let me pull out Fangzor and stuff to... He's longer than Fangzor. Not by much, but by a little bit. I'm going to get his Bakugear on so I can show him off more, but look how long he is. Looks like a East Asian dragon. Bakugear on, this is insane because he gets longer. And he gets back heavy. So it's a very interesting design. I like it, but not too much because I gotta find a place to put this. I have to figure out a way to get this into the display. That it's a cool design, don't get me wrong, but how am I supposed to effectively get that in a display? Especially since I'm already running out of room there. I'm less and less room each day. But that's it. That is all the Bakugan I had and wanted to open for this video. Don't mind the garbage over here and didn't have a place to put it. But if you did enjoy this video, which I can assume you enjoyed this video because you made it to the end, congratulations. Grateful you enjoyed. Remember my 5 decrees. The first, to like. Second, to comment. And to comment if you were there since the beginning. Third is to subscribe and hit the notification bell at the same time. It's okay if you don't, but I want to see you try. The fourth being to share this video. Don't hog all the fun. My experience here is to be shared and cherished amongst a ton of people. That's why I started this, because I want to make others as happy as I'm hopefully making you. And the fifth and final decree is to check out my podcast, Detention, where me and two of my other friends absolutely expunge on the detail. I think expunge is the wrong word, but we get in depth. We get into the trenches about current events and all that jazz. This should come out after the second episode is released, so you have 2 episodes you can watch. So please feel free to check that out after this video. And with that being said, I bid you good noon, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Goodbye.